Good day. So today I am going to discuss to you about naming thiols and ethers. So first, let's have these thiols. So these thiols are sulfur analogous, wherein its functional group is SH. So when you see in a condensed structural formula or in any skeletal formula or skeletal structure, if there's an SH, that is considered as thiols. Actually, there are two ways in naming. So it depends kung ano yung hinahanap niya. So we have here the IOPAC naming, and we also have here the common naming. So in IOPAC naming, ang gagawin lang natin dito is that thiols are formed by adding the ending thiol to the parent chain. So nakadepende siya kung alkane, alkene, or alkyne. So ang gagawin lang natin, for example, ito, we have this condensed structural formula. As you can see, we have here one carbon atom, right? Isang carbon lang yung meron tayo. So when we have one carbon atom, that is considered automatic as methane. So it was stated here in IOPAC naming that we only need to add in the end thiol. So we have here, for the IOPAC name of this one, we have methane thiol. So that's it. So we'll just count the number of carbon atoms na present doon, then let's just add thiol. So that's considered as its IOPAC name. So now when we say about common naming, so this is its ways. So common name is formed by first naming the alkyl group and then adding the word mercaptan. For example, in our first example here, in one carbon atom, yung ating parent chain dito, or the number of carbon atoms present is converted into an alkyl group. So instead of methane, it become methyl. And then dinagdagan ng mercaptan sa dulo, space mercaptan. So we have methyl mercaptan for its common name. So again, kapag IOPAC, ang dadagdag sa dulo is thiol. Kapag common name naman, papalitan yung parang parent chain natin ng para siyang alkyl group, then we will add mercaptan. Methane thiol and methyl mercaptan. So let's have here another example. So as you can see, we have here 3 carbon atoms. And the difference here is that our functional group is located in the second carbon atom. So always remember para malaman natin kung ano yung name nitong structure na to name this structure is that we need to identify the locations of our carbon atoms. So maglalagay tayo dito ng carbon number 1, carbon number 2, and carbon number 3. So our priority here is the location of our functional group or yung ating SH dito. So, kagaya din ng rules natin sa alcohol, yun yung magiging priority natin na doon tayo magsa-start ng number 1 kung asaan pinakamalapit or kung saan magbibigay ng pinakamababang result ng location ng ating functional group. So, here we have 3 carbon atoms like 1, 2, 3. So, kung titignan nyo kung saan tayo magsa-start ng number 1, actually nasa gitna siya. So in any other way, kung dito tayo sa left or dito sa right, will just give us the same answer. So here, we have here 1. I'll be just putting here 1, 2, and 3. So as you can observe, our functional group is located in carbon number 2. So in naming IOPAC name, ang first thing na tatandaan nyo is ilalagay natin kung asaan yung location ng ating functional group. So the location of our functional group is in number 2. So here we have 2. Then since we have 3 carbon atoms, so that's propane. Then let's just add thiol for the IOPAC naming. So we have 2 propane thiol. Then next is in common naming. So sa common name naman, doon napapasok yung ating isomers. So we have here 3 carbon atoms. So we have here isopropyl mercaptan. So now let's have another example. So what if present dun yung double bond or triple bond? Kasi kanina we have an example about alkane. So how about double bond or triple bond? So I'll just give one example since they are just the same with the triple bond. So I have here this double bond. Before, in naming double bonds or triple bonds, our priority is the location of our double bond or triple bond. But in here, since we have our functional group SH, or that stands for thiol, so it means that this SH will be our priority. Always remember that our functional group is always our priority. So since it is our priority, our number 1 for our carbon number will start here in our functional group. So we have here 1, 2, 3, and 4. So kapag natapos na nating ma-identify yung locations ng ating carbon atoms, ibig sabihin, pwede na nating ma-identify kung asaan located yung ating functional group and yung ating double bond. So since ito yung magiging parent chain natin, yung kailangan natin i-identify dito is the location of our double bond. So ang location ng ating double bond starts at carbon number 3. So it means, ganito natin siya in name. So we have here 3 dash 4 carbon atoms is but, its prefix is but, plus ene kasi double bond, so we have 3 butene. And then we have here the functional group of SH. Ang rule natin kapag IUPAC naming, so since this is IUPAC, so we have 3 butene thiol. So aside from double bond or triple bond, it also appears in cyclic or closed figure. So ang gagawin lang natin dito, it's just the same. We'll just count the number of carbon atoms present. So we will start counting number 1. Kung asan yung functional group natin. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then, pwede na natin siyang i-name. So, we have here 6 carbon atoms. So, dahil closed figure siya, lalagay natin, we have cyclo, hexane, thiol. So, that's it. This is the IUPAC name. Just don't be confused kapag IUPAC or common name yung hihingin. So, ito lang yung magiging rule niya. Now, let's have ethers. So, ethers is processed through alcohol. Then, dadagdagan siya. We will add that by another alcohol. And through the process of sulfuric acid, ether will be formed with another product, which is water. So, for example, we have methanol, or what we call methyl alcohol. So, methyl alcohol plus methyl alcohol, through the process of sulfuric acid, we can create ether and water, or H2O. So as you can observe, we have here CH3OH, CH3OH. Ito yung CH3 na to, CH3, CH3. Then, the one thing here is that yung isang O lang yung natira dito, and ang missing dito is itong H dito, and yung dalawang H dito, yung isang OH dito. So, itong dalawang to, na-transfer siya dito, kaya nagkaroon ng another product, which is the H2O. So, the name of this is methyl ether, or commonly known as dimethyl ether. So, before we start, let me introduce to you first what is an ether. So, ether's functional group is called alkoxy group. Always remember, its functional group is called alkoxy group. So actually, medyo iba yung kanyang rules in terms of namings. Kasi 'di ba, pag dun sa alcohols and sa thiols, ang ginagawa natin dito is that we change the ending. And in ethers, there's a different rule here. So let's have first the IUPAC naming. In IUPAC naming, unlike other functional groups, in ethers, the longest, remember the longest carbon atom attached to the oxygen will still have an ANE to its suffix, but the shortest carbon atom will change its suffix to oxy. So, ibig sabihin, yung parent chain niya will still be a parent chain, but the number of carbon atoms na may pinaka mababa, yun yung mapapalitan ng suffix niya. So, dun sa iba parang ginagawa dong alkyl group siya. Dito hindi, pinapalitan siya ng oxy. And that is what we call alkoxy group. Okay, for example, we have here CH3, tapos joined with oxygen, then CH2 and CH2. So, according to IUPAC naming rule, yung ating longest number of carbon atoms here, wait lang ha, ito yung magiging basis natin dito. This will be our basis, okay? So, this is our oxygen. Ito yung magiging baseline natin dito sa left side and then dito sa right side natin. On our left side, we have 1 carbon atom. On our right side, we have 2 carbon atoms. So, according to our rule, sabi dito, the longest carbon atom attached to the oxygen will still have an A and E to its suffix. So, dito sa left side, we have 1 carbon atom, that's methane. Tapos dito sa right side, we have 2 carbon atoms. So, it means ito yung pinakamarami. So, ibig sabihin, siya yung magre-retain ng A and E na suffix, which is, kapag 2 carbon atoms, that's ethane. The next is, the shortest carbon atom will change its suffix to oxy. So, we have methane. So, instead of methane, it will become methoxy. So, the IUPAC name of this one is methoxyethane. So, that's as simple as that. So, now let's have this common naming. So, in common naming, the 2 alkyl groups attached to the oxygen are put in alphabetical order with spaces. Remember, it has a spaces between the names, and they are followed by the word ether. So, through alphabetical order, para magiging alkyl group sila. So, in this one, we have here methyl, and we have here ethyl. So, through alphabetical order, letter E comes first, pagkatapos, sumunod dun yung ating methyl. So for common naming, we have here ethyl space, methyl space, then add ether. So we have ethyl, methyl, ether for our common name. So now let's have another example. So we have here this condensed structural formula. So let's have first write its skeletal structure. Paano nga ba to? So actually, kung we will recall our last topics, every edge is considered as 1 carbon atom. But in here, in ethers, there's another way. Okay, so let's first draw the oxygen on the middle. Then after that is yung connection, start connection. So, ibig sabihin yan, itong nandito sa may dulo is not considered as 1 carbon atom. So, parang yan lang yung magiging baseline kung saan magsa-start. Tapos, dito magsa-start yung 1 carbon atom natin. Dito na sides. Yan dyan. Pero yung andito, hindi siya magsa-serve as 1 carbon atom. It will just only serve as the connection to the oxygen. So, since here, sa left side, we have 1 carbon atom. So, ibig sabihin, automatic na ito na 1 carbon atom. Then, next dito sa right side naman natin, we have 2 carbon atoms, right? So, let's have this one. So, and 2. So, let's check. 1, 2. So, this is the skeletal structure of this figure. Now, let's have the IUPAC name. So, again, let's recall the rule. Ang gagawin natin kapag yung longest carbon atom dito sa dalawa, it will retain its A and E ending, and then yung shortest number of carbon atom will have an oxy on its suffix or dun sa ending niya. So, sa left side, we have here 1 carbon atom. Tapos dito sa right side, we have 2 carbon atoms. So since according dun sa rule, ang may pinakamarami, siya yung magre-retain ng suffix na A and E. So this is ethane. So we have here ethane. And the next is yung may shortest will have an oxy on its suffix. So we have methoxyethane. Walang spaces yan. So that's methoxymethane. Now for its common name, we will change all carbon atoms into an alkyl group. So we have here on the left side, so since 1 carbon atom na siya, so magiging methyl. Sa right side natin, we have 2 carbon atoms, so that's ethyl. So according to the rule, ang mangyayari dito is that through alphabetical order, yun yung gagawin nating basis dito para i-arrange natin siya. Then we will add ether sa ending. Pero remember, there will be a space between here and this one at saka sa ether. So through alphabetical order, mauuna yung ethyl. So our final answer for our common name is that we have ethyl, methyl, ether. So that's it.